Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And guys, you're with me, Mike Spider Slayer. And guys, we're getting ready to talk about, that's right, another comic book. What else would we be talking about over here? Underwear? Clothes? No, not here. It's comic books. So today we're going to be talking about the long awaited Marvel event of the year, one of two or three, Infinity, part one of six. That's right. Um, Obviously, this was a highly anticipated event. It's got Thanos on the cover here. Interesting looking cover. It's just black with a blue looking Thanos, but he looks pissed off. This book is written by Jonathan Hickman. If you guys know how Jonathan Hickman writes, you can see that at times he puts things all over the place and eventually puts them all together and making a story. He likes space. Seems he likes science, and he likes graphs. And let's just say in this event, all that is right here in this issue, waiting for your approval, I guess, or for your entertainment. Um, the artwork in this book is pretty good. I did like it. I did enjoy it. Let me just remember who the artist was on this particular issue. And it is Jim Cheon. If I say that wrong, I'm sorry. The cover is done by Adam Kubert. And this book is a lengthy book. It's $4.99. And it's probably, I don't know exact page count on this, but it's a pretty thick book. But it's broken down to you almost like in chapters. It's like reading a real book. Um, in the beginning of this issue, you get to see right away, first page. Hickman loves to do this stuff. He likes to do these blank pages with like a little title in them. And right away, a Marvel Comics event. Don't you really? Did we not know that already? It's been shoved in our faces enough. Anyway, the book goes into like different sections, like I said. So in the beginning of this issue, you get to see like the Illuminati, and you get to see the end of that whole ordeal there, like how the planets coming into hitting other Earths and whatnot. And if you've been reading that other Avengers title, you probably know more of what's going on in this particular issue. The whole Earth blows up, and then that ends that. And then it goes on to the tribute. So as the issue progresses, you get to see that we're on Titan, and you get to see Thanos and his little throne here, and an Outrider has to do his little mission, and he flies in his little squid spaceship or whatnot here. And in the beginning of the part, we get to go to this planet called Algilio, and we get to see, I guess, Algera is his name, which I'm not too familiar with. He goes and he goes to this race, and he winds up bringing back to Thanos little alien babies, I guess, or whatnot. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. But then we go back to Earth, where I guess the Outrider goes and he flies into or whatnot. We can see like he's invisible. So that's like this second. This is like this little second. This like this introduction to the story. So after about 10 pages now, you get in. You go into what's called obviously the Infinity, and we get everyone who's in charge and who wrote it and everything else. And in the book now you get to see the cast. And there is a crap load of people in the book that you get to see here. I mean, if there is somebody missing here, I would be surprised. But you have all the Illuminati. You have a few X-Men, which is Wolverine, Storm, and Kitty Pryde, which are not really featured. They're just in a page. So everyone that's in the book is in this page. You see the Space Knights. You see the Avengers, all 800 of them. You get to see the Inhumans. You get to see Abigail Bryant. You get to see Thanos. And you actually just get to see some Skrulls in this issue. And the best part of this issue was actually this part of the chapter called Constructing the Apocalypse. You get to see some of the Space Knights that are in this actual issue, and you get to see the Builders, and you get to see the Space Knights actually trying to defend this planet, and you see some civilians in the actual issue that are trying to protect this planet. But Captain Universe comes, and it's just like an epic failure. the builders just wind up destroying the entire planet, and you'll get to see that as you read the issue. Next, you go into another chapter of the issue, which is called Orbital, and then you go into you see about the Peak, and you get to see the Avengers take on some of the Skrulls. You get to see the Skrulls in the issue. So there's all these little subcategories that are eventually gathering up into this one story that's going to happen. And then the next chapter is what was hidden and now is uncovered. So there's all these different little things, and it goes into the Outrider going into Black Bolt's mind and reading his mind, and we get to see eventually what's his name? Oh, I forgot the guy's name. I can't remember his name. This guy right here. I forgot his name off my head. I want to say it's El Nino, but it's not his name. It's something like that. But they're coming into this mission briefing, seeing what's going to happen, and the whole Earth is in danger of being wiped out and destroyed. And then again, you get the other section of the story with the Outrider and reading Black Bolt's mind and what he has to do with Thanos. So it seems you got two different things going on in the actual issue. It ends up as going on the outbounds and how our Avengers go out into space and gathering all the other Avengers together to go out and I guess try to face off against the Builders. And at the end, you get to see a whole scene with Thanos and Outrider and things like that. And at the end of the issue, it ends up with a familiar page of always what most pages are, with Thanos at the end smiling. So, and then of course in the last page, you get your little diagram that we've all been waiting for Jonathan Hickman, and that is the Infinity Checklist. So if you're interested in all of the 10 like tie-ins that are in the series, go out and buy them. They're all in the in Avengers and New Avengers titles. And then you have, going right down the middle, the main titles. And then if in case you're confused by this little diagram of when they actually come out or whatnot, then you have a whole little diagram telling you when the next issues come out. Avengers number 18, New Avengers number 9, and you got your tie-in. So they give it to you in two forms, just in case you're confused. So what did I think about the Infinity book 1? Well, at first, I was kind of bored with it, to tell you the truth, and I felt a little bit lost just because I haven't been reading the Avengers titles. But after going through back and reading a few pages, more than once, I felt that it was a decent story. However, it wasn't great. It didn't get me so excited like the Trinity War did after reading issue 1. It has a totally different feel to it. It seemed like Trinity War kind of dove right into some action, where this one has a real slow building process. And it looks like maybe some of the other action is going to take place in the next issue. Then we got seems like two different stories, where we have Thanos involved, and then we got the Builders involved. And Builders looks like they're going to destroy Earth, and it looks like Infinity with Thanos has a different agenda here. And but it wasn't like that mind-blowing. I wasn't like excited really while reading it. There was lots of dialogue, and it was real lengthy. I felt that it could have been two separate issues, but I can understand why they didn't. They want you to get a feel for this series and kind of get you more grabbed on, because there's a lot of story to tell here, and they probably didn't want to drag it out with a 10-part series like they did with Avengers vs. X-Men. So all in all, it'll be interesting to see where this story actually goes, what will be the end result, and how many more characters can you fit in this actual series. But I thought it was maybe an average story at this point, because if you're not an Avengers fan or not reading the Avengers book, I can understand why you might be lost here. And just like me, I found myself a little bit not too happy. I found myself a little bit lost because I haven't read the Avengers titles as of late. I somewhat knew what was going on because I read all the Avengers titles earlier. So that's how I feel about it. I don't think it was horrible, but it's a kind of a thing that if you want to go out and get it, buy it. If you don't want to spend your hard-earned cash on it, don't go out and buy it because you might feel lost with all these characters involved in this actual story, especially with all the new Avengers. So guys, give me your comments below on what you thought of this story, where it's going to go, if you agree with my opinions or if you don't agree with my opinion. And so I'll make it up to you guys. Pick it up or don't pick it up. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. So guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. And if you're looking for part 2 on the Infinity, I'm going to be reviewing that on Dark Avenger Inc. So guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. And this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. And I'll see you guys real soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.